welcome to the Debate Venture podcast. I'm Sam Swift, joined by Evan Kilstrom and Charlie Pattinson. And we're going to start off a segment that we're going to try to do pretty consistently, try to get it out, every day or a couple days. We're just going to do one quick topic or question and, start getting some content out there for you guys. So today we're going to be talking about some of Evan's most recent Dynasty trades. And we're going to get some grades on those. So I'm going to throw this over to Evan. Just kind of tell us what the trades were, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so I recently did a trade. Well, actually, I'll go to the one prior to the Dynasty draft. So that one we had talked about in the last episode. And the trade was I traded away Devontae Adams and Kerryon Johnson. In return, I got Derrick Henry and DK Metcalf. And my thought process through that was sort of basically I wanted to get rid of Kerryon. I didn't know how it was going to happen, but I basically just wanted to get rid of him. And then I obviously saw King Henry's coming to me, which I really liked. And then DK's a really intriguing young wide receiver. So, yeah, it's pretty basic, but yeah, that's all it is. And then I guess I can go on the other one. So the most recent one was, let's see here. Okay, so I traded away Derrick Henry, and then in return I got Leonard Fournette and Spencer's 2021 first. And Leonard Fournette finished as the maybe RB7. I don't know. He was RB1 last year for sure. And then the 2021 first kind of intrigued me too because we saw, what we could do with picks this year. And there's no reason not to try to go for, in my opinion, I think Spencer's team could honestly end up in the bottom 6. And I want any chance I can at the lottery. And if I end up with the first overall pick, it'd be amazing to end up with someone like, Charlie ended up with, or maybe it wasn't Charlie. Did you end up with Clyde? I don't even remember who you had, but
yeah. I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire at the
someone
number 2
like that.
pick.
Yeah, so that would be amazing for in the future to end up with some just insane prospects. So, yeah, I really like the first round pick.
Yeah, I totally feel you there. I already got a first-round pick of my own for next year. Got it from a team that I think could surprisingly be kind of bad. Like last year, I thought this guy's team, Toby's team, I thought he had like a really good squad, but I don't know how his team's going to do with this. He's got aging players and stuff. So I like your idea, and I've made a trade kind of like that of my own. So I like that as well.
Yeah, all three of us actually got first-round picks because I got a first-round pick when I traded up from spot number 3 in the rookie draft to spot number 2, and I gave Stephon Diggs, but I also got a first round from next year in return. So.
Oh yeah, what I was gonna say also. Oh shoot, I already forgot.
Trades.
Oh, I was just there too. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Well,
if it comes back to me, yeah, I'll say something.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead if you want to talk a little bit more about this first trade that you made with Eric. So I like the deal for you personally. I feel like you gave up Devontae Adams and Kerryon, and obviously Devontae Adams is one, top 5 wide receiver in Dynasty. But I truly believe in the talent of DK Metcalf, so I like that a lot. And I feel like he could be like a top, 20 guy here. In Dynasty, I feel like he might already be in that range,
right?
Just because of how young he is and everything, and he's paired with Russell Wilson, who's top 5, top 3 quarterback in the league, and obviously Derrick Henry is, I know you dealed him away, but he was a great acquisition at the time, and I felt like he had a lot of value that you capitalized on with Fournette in the first rounder, so I really like that as well.
Yeah,
Kerryon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Kerryon to me
is,
was.
So I'll go real quick. What I was going to say about that was Charlie Pryor. Also, he had traded away Marlon Mack, which was really clutch for him. And that's kind of what I was trying to replicate. Like, he obviously got Juju in the process. And I was thinking I should have done that where, I traded away Kerryon for something ridiculous. But, yeah, that was kind of the big part of the trade for me because I'm like, I know fantasy footballers kind of hyped him up the last few seasons or whatever, but it's either he's not producing or he's just injured and it's really meh. And then now I almost feel like he almost has no role, and I guess he could probably be a backup anywhere. But yeah, I really wanted to get rid of him basically. So
Yeah, all I was gonna say about him is just injury prone, but he's like young still, obviously. So
yeah, he's young.
I don't think he'll be that great, you know, in the timeshare with Swift. I would tend to think that Swift would kind of start to rule that backfield a little bit, but if Kerryon goes somewhere, he could be productive. But I mean, it's kind of just a shot in the dark, you know. So I
Yeah,
like
I
that
agree.
for you.
Yeah, I like the trade for you, Evan. I'll kind of look at it from it both combined. So you gave up Devontae and Carry-On for Leonard Fournette, DK, and a first-round pick. And when you look at it like that, I still think it holds out because if you think like first-round pick could be someone like Jamar Chase or like a stud running back that we don't really
Right.
know about yet, or so you got someone who just play the long game there, and then DK, like you said, he's paired up with Russell Wilson, and that's like having a solid wide receiver one with one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's a combo that you want for dynasty, not just seasonal. And then Leonard Fournette, I also think if him and Derrick Henry are both in contract years, so they're both going to be like fed the rock like a huge amount. And the only thing for you is you got to hope that Leonard Fournette doesn't
Yeah.
get hurt because he's decently injury prone. But I think he's going to be like going ham this year, and especially like they're going to give him a huge workload if they don't want to pay him. And I think that you basically kind of got a free first round pick because I think Derrick Henry will regress a little bit from his ridiculous season last year, and then it'll probably just like even out a little
Yeah,
bit.
I definitely
So
think that Henry's situation is a little bit more stable, or I don't know, there's a little bit more uncertainty, I would say, with Fournette, but like you basically got a little bit less certainty with Fournette, but you also got a first round pick with it. So I feel like that was definitely a good trade there for you. But
and also there's no one pushing Fournette anymore, or there isn't in the first place. I don't even know who the backup is. I know they got a guy named James Robinson who I've seen on the sleeper app, but I don't really know
Yeah.
much about him. And but the Titans also drafted a satellite back, which could take a little bit from Derrick Henry. I know Derrick Henry's just like the definition of a workhorse, but what's his name from
Darren
Appalachian
Evans.
State? Yep.
But
Yeah.
go
What I was
ahead,
gonna
Evan.
say about it is I already have a relatively like young team, I would say. And honestly, I kind of just got younger basically. So I'm not really like in rebuild mode, I would say, but like my oldest guy I think is Le'Veon right now. So and I'm happy with the pick, and I got a pick as well
That's pretty
too.
good.
So like my team is looking, I'd say, pretty bright for the future. I mean, Russell Wilson, Eckler, Fournette, DK, Boyd, Waller, Ridley. They're all really young, all like really middle of the pack. But yeah, I like how it's looking right now.
If you get like 10 points out of each of them though, that's
Right.
like all you
Yeah.
need.
So I think it's looking okay right now.
So
Anything else, you guys?
Yeah.
No, I think we covered those.
not really.
All right, yeah, that concludes the first episode of this rapid fire takes, these speed takes that we got going on here. So, yeah,
I love
Swift
it.
takes. We can call them Swift takes.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, that's an even better
Yeah.
branding. That's amazing.
But yeah, catch you guys next week, or
Yep.
not next week, but you know, next
Tomorrow
episode.
maybe. Probably.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. See ya.
Later.
See ya.